Dana walks him into, I mean, the
It's electric.
The visual of him walking into
Yeah.
a stadium that is not a political, it's not a MAGA rally.
No, people are there for the fight.
People are there for a UFC.
Yeah.
And when 99% of them stand up and stomp their feet and go insane, it's
The
a
place
it is
vibrates.
it's a
Vibrates.
symbol that is like, you can't erase that.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't fake that. You can pretend like there are all these people over here. This is real life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He walked him in, and they go crazy for him. And him doing it over and over and having the exact same result every time
In different cities.
And to where guys like Mike, who's sitting next to Logan, admitted, he's like, I hated Trump. And he's like, now having been in the room with him, I have changed my mind. All right, Play With Matches. Welcome back, everybody. We have an incredible show today because we got to talk about Trump and a big topic that has to do with marriage.
Oh.
She doesn't know yet.
I don't know.
But it's serious.
It always is.
Yeah, it's very serious. But Trump did the Impulsive show. Apparently, you're allowed to talk about Trump now because they did Impulsive and it has 3 million views in 2 days. It is Logan Paul's podcast.
Oh, it's a cute name.
And, you know, I've had my issues with Logan Paul. He blocked me on Instagram. But
he does not like Jesse.
Well, I did do a reel making fun of his
But I mean, are you 5 years old that you're going to
Beyonce's.
block someone on Instagram? Like, come
Maybe
on.
he just didn't want didn't want me to have access to any videos of his wife since I made her look. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. She made herself look like she was starving.
You just
for
took the
whatever,
footage
and
that she shared.
Pretended that I was on the phone with her in an interview, which Gabrielle participated in. So.
Did I?
Yeah, remember? And I'm like, Jesus, I was just there an hour ago. She's like, I need penis. And then at the end, you came in and you're like, who are you on the phone with? I was like, it's my mom. Remember?
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, he saw that and blocked me. So,
That's
you know.
so immature, by the way.
I mean, mostly I was mad at him because he's suing Dillon Danis and bragging about.
Oh, no, I know.
But in fairness,
he's not a very good brother.
He actually is. He's kind of coming back on that. Actually, I saw him.
Oh,
and his
good.
brother.
That's good.
Yeah, I know.
I like seeing redemption.
Totally. I saw him and his brother do this episode together the other day, and like they get along well. They like really get along well. And
that's awesome.
The Dillon Danis thing. I'm gonna confess something right now. I have utterly destroyed Logan over the Dillon Danis lawsuit, and I stand by my principles. I'm very protective of fighters' financial lives when they're like. I know what they're going to face, and I really don't like people attacking their finances, no matter how big of an asshole one of them is. Mm-hmm. But when I put myself in the position of Logan, if Dillon had gone after you, I'd destroy his life I would never even think twice about it. It's one of those things like where I am not normally a just outright hypocrite in my own mind. Mm-hmm. But I am definitely being hypocritical about that lawsuit because I would fucking destroy his life, and I would never think twice about it ever, no matter what anyone said. This is the first time I've admitted that. I have struggled with it every single time. No, I don't know.
Do you feel better now that you've absolved yourself of that inward struggle that you were facing?
I mean, it's not like I passed it off on anyone. I just, just something I said,
Okay, well, now y'all know.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what it is. And, but yeah, there's also, I'm going to show you guys some stories about Trump that are unreal. You will, actually, I'm going to say this right now. If you look up gaslighting in the dictionary, they will not be able to give you a better example than I am going to show you in the media in a couple of cases. Right?
Okay.
It's mind-blowing.
It's all right.
But what we're going to talk about that's very serious about marriage is Gabrielle and I are running a challenge right now. And we are going to get remarried if we get to 5,000 subscribers.
Oh, we are?
And
fun.
if
Let's
people
do this.
all like the video.
Where are we going to get remarried at?
I don't know. I just thought of that right now. That's
fun.
not really what we were talking about. But you guys should definitely help us get to 5,000.
We've already gotten married 3 times.
Yeah.
Why not have a 4th?
Yeah. What we were actually going to talk about is how do men feel if their wife makes more money than them? Because everyone says like, oh man, that'd be awesome. Like, wow, that would be fantastic.
I think it depends on the guy.
But I think it depends on the guy. Also, because Gabrielle absolutely murdered it last month. Murdered it.
It was a good month.
Murdered. Mm-hmm. Numbers I would not say out loud without feeling like I am sounding like Andrew Tate or Wes Watson. Nonetheless, I have now been tested. She's never made more money than me in a month before. And she made so much.
I had like 1 month. But
okay, but like
it was
maybe
like barely.
like edged me out.
Yeah.
She murked me last month. And so I've been battle tested. All I'm thinking about is, God damn, we got a lot of fucking money to deal with now. I'm happy as a fucking clam, dude. So,
you're welcome.
I do think though that if the dude, okay, let me say, so our situation aside,
Okay.
I am a proponent of the idea that it is bordering on unnatural most of the time if the woman is way more successful than the dude. In most cases, like if the dude just has like a regular job and he's doing whatever, and then a woman like blows up like financially, and then she's always needed him for stuff.
One
and then
could
she
say that providing financially is just like one extension of protection, you know? And typically the male is like the protector, provider. So it's kind of that same extension. And I could see like in a non-confident guy that if he was out-earned, he would almost feel like smaller or not
like,
as
what am I bringing to the
worthwhile or worthy. Yeah, exactly.
What am I bringing to the table?
But
yeah, I will say the headshot to marriages is housewife or whatever, dude always does. And then not only do they become more financially successful, but they become famous. And their dude is a regular person who is not famous. And
regular person.
That is, I mean, that's rough on most marriages. I mean,
how frequently does this happen?
I'm thinking of Lauren Boebert, like the Republican congresswoman from Colorado, who is hot as fuck too. And yeah, she's just like she's a Colorado gun-slinging housewife.
I like it.
Tim Dillon has one of the funniest clips in the history of fucking YouTube, or of any human being speaking for more than 5 minutes consecutively. The video that he did about Lauren Boebert after she got thrown out of the play with her new boyfriend is one of the fucking funniest things I have ever seen. I was crying laughing.
I don't know anything about any of this story.
So Lauren Boebert is a congresswoman.
But how did she become famous or whatever?
Because she's hot and she's like a Trumper Republican.
But was she not in politics?
No, she's like a post-Trump. Like now she's it's Trump era, and I have big fake tits, and I'm from Colorado.
But she's she's in politics. Like, oh yeah, that's her job. But that's what I'm saying. Like, was she not always in politics? When did she? How old is she?
35. I don't know.
And she just decided one day, like, I'm gonna go be a politician now, and then she got famous and left her husband.
Let's see.
Is that what happened?
Boebert, age.
I'm just not tracking the story.
She's 37.
Okay. Oh, she's cute.
I told you.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's 37, and let's get our look at that.
Okay.
That's her trying to look together. Like, she's not even trying to look like a whore. It's her
fancy government photo.
Yeah. Okay, so she has been serving since 2021.
Okay.
So from 2013 to 2022, she owned Shooter's Grill, a restaurant in Rifle, Colorado, where staff members were encouraged to carry firearms openly.
Awesome.
So she's like,
what a cool restaurant.
Shooters.
But they weren't getting robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Not at all.
Not many fights broke out there.
Let's see if they actually covered the. Here we go.
Use
of campaign funds for personal expenses.
Nice. You have to go to like private life or whatever.
$6,000. Personal expense. $6,000.
Shut up, everyone.
Give me a break.
The funds were used via 4 Venmo payments. Yeah. She probably didn't even realize. Oh, gosh.
Because, declaring the campaign money had been used to settle rental and utilities. Utilities bills is kind of on the ropes.
Well,
but I
don't know.
No, that's on the ropes.
Is it?
Paying your utility bills with campaign money.
I mean, if she was paying utility bills for somewhere that is also her home office or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Part of our utility is a write-off.
Fair.
Like, we have a home studio and a home office downstairs. Like, internet, some electricity.
Clear, but like they admitted it was it was not.
Then that's their fault.
And they paid it back. No, whatever they did, it was not supposed to be done, and they paid it back.
I'm just saying that could have been like, I'm an idiot.
But $6,000, get the fuck out of here.
Is nothing.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So listen to us, dude. Just Richie Riches now because Gabrielle's so
No, I'm not
rich.
saying. I'm saying
Look at
in
you.
this.
I know $6,000. Fuck. Are you serious? I make that every 5 minutes.
Shut up. No, I was just saying in the scheme of things, like in a political campaign, $6,000 is probably chump change.
Here we go. Personal life. Okay. So she lived with her husband, Jason Boebert, in Silt, Colorado. They have 4 sons and 1 grandson. Her mother inspired her to be a mother when she was 18 years old.
Wait, she has a grandson at 37?
Dude, she's a hick. I'm quoting Tim Dillon right there. I actually don't think that we can move forward until I show you some of this Tim Dillon clip because it is that funny.
We also have things that we didn't actually cover in our other video too that we said that we were going to cover.
We have to do multiple videos, so it's all good. Okay, here we go. On September 10th, 2023, married with 4 kids, Boebert and a male companion were removed by security staff from a performance of the musical Beetlejuice in a theater in Denver, Colorado, after she caused a disturbance by vaping, singing, and recording the performance, also giving a hand job to the dude.
Nice.
Boebert initially denied having vaped as well as causing the disturbance, writing on social media that she pleaded guilty to laughing and singing too loud after previously denying it because she did not recall having done so. The video also
she was blacked out as well.
It also showed Boebert's companion fondling her breasts and Boebert caressing his genitalia while they were in their seats. Months later, Boebert described the incident as a very private moment that the media had broadcast.
Just a private moment in the middle of a public auditorium.
How hard is it to go see a show of Beetlejuice and not
do those things
and not get thrown out?
Yeah.
Dude, she was dressed like a whore. It is super hot. Watch this. Lauren Boebert. Beetlejuice.
Don't do it. Oh my gosh, did you see that there's a sequel coming out?
Of course, dude.
Beetlejuice was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I'm so excited.
Like, listen, it's like now the new one, it's like if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, you get to suck on Boebert's fake boobs.
Ew.
Okay, check this out. Look at her look at her, dude. She's like, they're like, you're a congresswoman? She's like, yes, I am.
Yes,
and they're like, and those are your tits. She's like, yes, they are. And they're like, and you're just going to wear them like that. She's like, you bet you're sweet.
Why is this ad so long?
I don't know, but I really want to show people.
Go to that one.
This one?
No, down. Are those all videos?
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying. I mean, maybe this one's a little bit better. And then let me make us go away. So this is her face of, I just got caught giving a dude a handy.
Can you zoom in on it?
I can. Probably. Yep.
Okay.
She's all, fuck. Can you guys get off my back? I just want to.
Cute.
I just want to vape while I'm
giving a handy.
Cheating on my husband. Jesus, you guys, quit fucking with me.
Get out of my private life.
Yeah, why
Leave me alone.
Why am I so interesting to all you guys? It's ridiculous. That's literally these girls that like. I mean, I do like her though. I would just say, but. This situation is hilarious. I'm like, you're all, hey.
So she was married during this ordeal?
They were like separated maybe, but then they went,
now they're really separated.
Yeah. Now we cannot move on without looking at some of the Tim Dillon clip that I was referencing. And look at this. Look at my comment on it. Tim Dillon is objectively the funniest dude on earth. That was 8 months ago when I watched it. All right. So he is talking about Lauren Boebert being at Beetlejuice, hand jobbing it, and all that.
Hand jobbing it.
There probably is. I haven't seen it. I'm guessing. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's fun and goofy and silly. But that's the only theater. I almost side with her here. She's trying. Like, she's trying. She's a Waffle House employee. She's a bartender. And don't hit me with the classist horse shit of like, well, she could still be brilliant. She ain't. She ain't. Yes, you could work at Applebee's and be a genius. You could. You'd not. Most likely. I'm guessing. Law of averages. She's a goon. Her and her husband beat the shit out of each other on their lawn. The cops come to the house.
Hillbilly is
she's
the
like
right
Sarah
word for
Palin
that.
3.0. She's getting divorced because they can't stop beating each other up. They can't stop, I don't know, smashing the windows of each other's cars out with fucking bats they
How did you
find
elect
around.
it?
I mean, they're like a fun couple. The sex is probably really fun because then they attack each other with like weapons. You know that she's been barricaded in the bathroom. And then she goes and talks about family values and how important they are. And her kids are screaming and crying, Mommy! And he's like, I can't open this door. There's been a moment in her house where her kids are in their rooms. They're terrified. They're locked in their rooms. They're terrified. And they're screaming, and she's in the bathroom, and he's kicking the door, and he's like, open this fucking door. Open this fucking door. Make no mistake, that's her home life. That's her home life. She's probably thrown around, and for good reason. She's probably got a mouth on her. She's probably got a mouth on her, and for good reason, she's probably thrown around. Let's be honest. No, let's be very honest. Now, this is I often get into problems here on this show because I just speak extemporaneously. But she's got a mouth on her, and there's probably a reason she gets shoved in the kitchen. It's not out of nowhere shoving, okay? When Lauren Boebert trips going down the back steps, it's not for no reason. She has a toxic mouth, and I am not, and I can't believe I have to say, it's amazing that I have any representation in this town because occasionally I have to say things like this. I am not defending hitting women, but Lauren Boebert is not getting shoved accidentally.
Wow.
She doesn't have to lock herself in the bathroom accidentally. She's not getting chased. When he chases her in a car, when her husband, I think his name's Jason, I forget.
No, it's not.
Yes,
when her husband gets in a car,
I promise our viewers
chases her around.
will like this, dude.
Okay, it's not by accident. She's a live wire. She's the problem. She insults him. She probably talks shit about his dick. I'm guessing. She's not going.
Gabrielle.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, Gabrielle. I forgot that Gabrielle's sense of humor is so fucking hoity-toity. There are, Gabrielle thinks when I make jokes, I'm objectively one of the funniest people on earth.
I mean,
She laughs at my worst jokes, where I'm like, Gabrielle, that's a throwaway.
I like the funny.
And then I
like
come
the
with
Z game.
fucking A-game, pristine
No.
jokes that all of you guys fall out of your chairs, laugh, and then comment, oh my God, I cried, and timestamp it. She doesn't think this shit's funny. She doesn't think this shit's funny.
Someone's got to keep him humble.
Hey, but watch this, okay? Gabrielle,
don't.
There's poop. There's poop in the shoe.
Stop.
If Tim Dillon would have been like, Lauren Boebert had poopy in her pants. See? What Tim Dillon's doing is objectively hilarious because it's fucking true. That's why it's so funny. He's like, she's got a fucking mouth on her. You're like, she fucking does have a goddamn mouth on her.
She probably does.
And Gabrielle's all, how is he getting away with this? And he's like, she probably went poopy. What is wrong with you? You can't not laugh at that, dude? That's not a joke. The joke is you laughing at it, dude. That's the fucking joke.
Oh, man.
Did you go pee-pee
we all have
in
our
your
own
pants?
sense of humor.
It's ridiculous.
Well,
I could take advantage of that.
You married me.
I could get laughs all day, dude.
Uh-huh.
But I don't, I'm not proud of fucking, hey, is that a skid mark on the poop?
That's not funny.
Well, I know, I went, sorry, that's too
gross.
Too gross. Believe me, I understand her sense of humor. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's not going to land. That's not going to land. Anyway, but if you guys want to watch just look up Lauren Boebert Has Too Much Fun at the Theater. Tim Dillon. It is,
and you can finish that on your own.
it gets much better than that. It is so fucking funny, dude. I commented he's objectively the funniest dude on earth.
Okay.
I gave him that title from myself.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Oh, I bet you if he said poop, you wouldn't laugh that hard. So.
No, he's funny.
All right. So, well, you didn't laugh at any of his jokes.
I did. I laughed several times. I just have the attention span of a fly. So
yeah, no shit. Why don't you get off fucking Instagram, you geek?
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
You don't want me to get off Instagram.
That's true. No, I don't. You're right, Richie Rich. You stay the fuck on Instagram. Hey, not everybody needs to sell pictures of their vagina to get rich on Instagram. Look
Touché.
at that, dude. Okay, check this out. So, you know the parent that I mentioned that I broed out with at
Yes.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm.
Let me give you some context to that conversation. So, This dude is the parent of a kid at our jiu-jitsu school who is a little bit younger than Giselle and is a fucking killing machine.
He is so good at jiu-jitsu.
He's a savage, dude. And he hurts kids all the time.
All the time.
Every tournament that he competes in, a kid goes home
because
injured.
he goes 110% all the time.
Yeah. And his dad's like Israeli intelligence or something. Like
he was what's it like? Not maybe special forces, but Israeli army.
Badass.
Like
is the answer.
Yeah.
And carries it like that.
Krav Maga.
Quiet to where he's not like
quiet, dangerous
an American.
type.
He's not like an American Navy SEAL. You know, like he's more.
Like, ta-da!
They're just. I mean, they're fucking savages.
Yeah,
but like,
of course.
You know, like he is one of these guys that's
They're
like
flashy Americans. Yeah.
He's like, anyway. So
Quiet
we
and
broed
dangerous.
out today because something about Giselle's phone came up, right? And I said something about a phone and him and his younger one right there. He's
The daughter?
The son, the other one. And he's like, or just no phone. And I was like, oh, dude. And I was like, I mean, believe me, it's Gabrielle just wants to be able to get in touch with her.
Yeah.
And then Giselle went into the locker room. I'm like, and we cloned it so we can see every single thing that she does. And that way, when she is having conversations, that any kind of thing that goes on, we'll know instantly. I literally watched his face go, 100% serious.
Of course.
Like he completely agreed with this.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh,
Naturally.
that changes things.
Yeah. You have to.
Of course. I'm like, and I was like, personal privacy for
a child?
a child that I'm
No.
responsible for. He's like, it's ridiculous. He's like, they don't have jobs. They don't have this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's our job to make sure
They're not
that they
fully
are
functioning,
functional
contributing members of
adults.
society yet. They need help.
It's my responsibility
Yes.
to make sure they get there.
Yes.
Why would I not monitor communications?
And their
to make-
interpersonal skills are shit.
dude.
Watching how, oh Lord.
And like when a kid starts going down a bad path, it's like cancer.
You have a very short
If
amount of
it's
time
like
to catch
cancer.
it. Yeah.
Catch it early, you
Yeah.
can fucking get
Turn it
anything
around.
out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. You let them have their personal space, and you think they're going to go study, and they're really out sucking the basketball players. You know, not my kids,
Not
but
our
you know,
babies.
Anyway, so that's what we were talking about. Then I told him about the school transfer and how that process, because and his kids are going to public school for the first time next year. Going to charter school.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we switched. I'm like, there are like fights at this school, stuff like that.
I mean, there's fights at any middle school, but Giselle's school was like,
yeah. But
it was like a fight every day.
Yeah. I'm like, obviously, I'm not worried about her like
Defending herself.
But like, it's just like
It's the caliber of the community of students was not very high.
Yeah. And I told her, like, if anybody ever puts you in a situation where you have to defend yourself, you use jiu-jitsu, you don't break their limbs, you choke them unconscious. And he was like, oh, and I'm like, and he's like, I'll walk him through it before. And I can see he's just like, this is really good advice.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, dude, for him,
Take the
I
back
almost said his
and
name. It's like that kid. If he decided he was going to break someone's arm, their
would.
arm's broken.
Yeah,
it's that
for sure.
simple. Like for sure. I'm not sure if Giselle could actually snap an arm, like really injure a kid. She probably could, actually. It depends on the size.
Are you talking about physically not be able to do it or mentally not be able to do it?
Oh no, physically. Mentally, she could do it for sure.
She's super strong.
But I'm actually just thinking more a bigger kid, like
I don't know.
Oh, she could choke them all unconscious 1,000%.
For sure.
But anyway, but more so, I was
Proper
like,
choke doesn't even actually require that much force.
So my point was like, if you choke them unconscious, they get up, they tell a story.
Yeah.
There's no damage.
Right.
I'm like, you
break an arm, you've got hospital bills,
break their arm,
you
got parents that are going to come after you. I'm like, that's why I told her, choke them unconscious. He's like, the only worry is if you kill them. He's like, it's pretty hard to kill them though.
You'd have to hold on for like minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and
you have 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I could just see like, he's like, I am implementing this strategy. And so now we're boys.
What was that movie that I watched? Maybe it was a show. I can't remember. One of the characters in the show was giving like timing on chokes, like 10 seconds or 30 seconds till they're out, 30
seconds till they're out if you're doing a choke right.
10 seconds till they're I don't know the numbers, but it was like this amount of time until they're out, this amount of time they'll be out for 5 minutes, this amount of time they're dead. Like it was
out for 5.
Whether it was
no
true or not, I
about.
don't know. But it was like I want to know what the show was. It was a really
that
good
doesn't even
show.
make sense because when you put someone out from, you're talking about from a choke, put them unconscious. No, because you're cutting blood off to the brain. That's why they go
No
unconscious.
way. Is
So
that
what
how a
would-
choke works?
What would possibly take 5 minutes for them to wake back up once you let go?
Like come like fully. I'm gonna find it. I don't know if it was like statistically accurate or not. I never actually researched it, but
You understand how the body works. You're better at that than me.
yeah, I do. And if you go unconscious and you have oxygen and blood deprivation to the brain for a certain amount of time,
You'll die.
You will die. But there's also a window before that where if it ends up, you regain that circulation, you're gonna be totally out of it. Like
Okay,
your
so
brain's
you're
not just
saying
gonna
till they fully recover.
Yeah,
Not to
like
wake
they're going to be
up.
like incapacitated for several minutes. It was just like,
Yeah.
the whole point of that training was like know what you're doing and time your chokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't have any idea how long it takes to kill a person.
Well, standard is like 2 minutes of no oxygen to the brain and you're done.
Dude, I can't imagine that it would take
like
a full
drowning.
2 minutes. If you really
like
cut,
drowning.
If you cut all the but not oxygen, it's blood. If you
How
blood
do you
choke,
think the oxygen gets there?
Gabrielle, don't try to teach me about things. But you're telling me you think that if someone who really has a tight choke, I was about to like be all, what if Shinji did, but it's not. It doesn't even have to be him. Just anyone who really knows how to apply a choke and is cutting off the blood on both sides of the neck to the brain. You're telling me if you hold it for a full minute, they're unconscious, and then you hold it for another 45 seconds. You're telling me they're not going to die? I'm pretty sure they're going to fucking die, dude.
I don't know.
Let's try it.
find
I'll
out.
volunteer. Shunji, hold it for a minute. I'll sign the waiver.
Here we go. This is just, do y'all like how Google AI answers your questions? I don't know how I feel about it. But it says they're unconscious in as little as 10 seconds. If pressure is released immediately, conscious is regained. However, if the arteries remain constricted for several minutes or longer, injury or death is possible. Brain death can occur within 4 to 5 minutes if strangulation persists. So I would say 2 minutes, personally.
And I'm going to say they already lost me where they said it takes 10 seconds to go unconscious if, because you will go unconscious much faster than 10 seconds.
Standard is 10 seconds.
Maybe if someone is completely relaxed, does not panic at all while having their entire blood flow choked out of them, which is impossible. Because, dude, we literally just did this. Like today, we were doing rear naked techniques. So, and I had this dude, Brandon, who trains with us now, is like a D1 fucking all-American wrestler. And so he was actually teaching pro class on Tuesday, so he's a jiu-jitsu white belt.
I want to know what that show was.
He's a jiu-jitsu white belt
I have an addiction.
and a D1. It's like he is so. I said to him, I was like, dude, you should compete in the Austin Open at white belt. He's all, Shunji already said I can't. It's not there.
I love Shanji's he's like, that's not fair. You cannot do that.
This is beyond not fair. Like this guy would. There's not a.
Did
white
Arash
belt.
compete when he was a white belt?
I don't know.
Because that also is not fair.
Yeah, but like the thing is, Arash, like judo. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to say that that's any different, really. I don't know. All I know is that this dude is a fucking Mack truck, and when he moves, like just
he moves
drilling,
like a trained grappler.
He is so explosive. He's so explosive, dude. Like they would have no fucking chance, man. Like none. And but anyway, he and I were working together today on chokes, and he was doing a like one of these chokes that normally you have, you go here and then here and you
With
pull
the
down.
gi?
He had it so good he could do it. He would do it with one hand. I was like, dude, you don't need the other hand. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you like just don't use the other hand and bring it across. And I was like, just one handed, I'd have been unconscious with the gi. But yeah, I felt with that guy's.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm staying awake for 10 seconds. Fucking zero. And if he has a real choke on, none. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000. No fucking
Keep going.
way. Oh, I'm out. I'm out by 6 for sure.
Huh.
Yeah. In jiu-jitsu, there really is like everyone will get to the edge of where, if you've never gone, I think I can stay awake and I think this guy's going to let go. Like if you've never gotten to that space where you're seeing stars and you think like.
Did y'all do that stupid thing in like middle school and high school where you would choke each other? Yeah.
Everybody does. But yeah, I mean, you get close to the edge. This dude Wes in my class, he goes unconscious all the time, which I think is gangster. Like he just won't tap. Like
It's not good for you.
I know. But he's not doing it to be like cool. He like is really just trying to fight his way out of it all the time.
Okay,
and
then
like,
he needs to learn his limits because that's retarded.
he's gone out quite a few times.
That's stupid. I do not think that is cool at all.
I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying it's like, I mean, dude, this other guy in my
straight
class,
up dumb.
this other guy in my class literally was going to let me break his arm the other day. And
Like, what is wrong
that's
with
what
people?
I said. And I let it, because I had him in like an Americana, but then he kind of escaped, but I still had his body trapped. And I kind of was like, and I just let it go. Then then in the next sequence, I had him in an arm bar and he didn't tap. Like I got it to a place where anyone is like, okay, cool. Because like I'm not going to hip up and try to
Of course.
And he didn't tap. He had a half decent escape from there that he would not have been able to do if I was actually trying to choke on it. So afterwards, I told him, I'm like, listen, man, the armbar escape, whatever. I'm like, but dude, if someone has a Kimura or an Americana on you,
your arm will get broke in competition.
A person a little bit less worried about hurting people than I am could break your arm right here. Like if they think like, oh, this guy knows, like he knows to tap. I would that one for 100, I would have broken his elbow for sure. Like I was just sitting here, I'm like, why the fuck is this guy not tapping? And I'm like, all right. And I said to him, like, if you want it back that much, I'll just give it back to you. I don't want to I don't know.
Trying to hurt people at practice.
But Frank Mir said, there is no more credible person in jiu-jitsu in the world than Frank Mir. And he told me, he's like, no, he's like, it's their responsibility to tap. Like Frank Mir will hurt. Like if they don't tap, they are going to get injured.
I mean, it is how you learn, but
I don't disagree with the methodology. But I just don't feel comfortable breaking some fucking blue belt guy's arm that I would beat in a fight.
I mean, did he acknowledge that he was in trouble afterwards, or did he really think that he wasn't in trouble?
No. He's not like a really kind of like what's up guy.
Yeah.
He's more like reserved. And when I actually looked at his face when I had his arm trapped, and he was kind of like, he had this look of like what? Why is he doing this? It's kind of weird, like he's like emotionally hurt that I was doing it, kind of like and angry and hurt.
Why is he doing this to me at jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, like he was like mad at me or something, and simultaneously,
Yeah.
It was very weird thing.
Yeah.
Like he's not like, I'm not fucking tapping.
Weird.
Yeah, he's a tough fucking kid, dude.
Clearly.
I mean, honestly. But I told him afterwards, I in the locker room, because to Daniel, I was like, dude, I think he was gonna let me break his arm. He's like, do you need to tell? Or I'm sorry, Philippe.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to go tell him, dude. Anyway,
good. I love Philippe.
He's awesome, dude.
I love all those guys.
I love everyone at Six Blades.
There's one of the moms sent me a video of you rolling with the girls, and it's super cute because behind you is Alex rolling with their daughter, and he like has her upside. It's so cute. I'll send it to you afterwards.
He has her upside down?
Yeah, like it's like you with like literally rolling with all three of our girls, and Giselle like avidly trying to armbar you, like you had like your own grip, and she was like using her entire body weight, like feet hooked in there, like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hard as she can.
And I told her, I was like, if you do it right, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Like, change your angle, I'll give it to you if you do it right. But I did a round with Giselle, and I was like, okay, for real, I am going to use zero strength, just jiu-jitsu. I won't use strength at all. She attacked one of my arms, and I pulled it out. And when I pulled it out, she fucking submitted the other arm. I literally did not see it. I didn't see it coming. For real.
Girl.
Like, for real, I did not see it coming. Where I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you plan that? She's like, no.
She
Like,
just
she
saw it when it
acted
was
like it was
there.
like completely no big deal. I was like,
she's really good at seeing opportunity.
yeah.
Like really, really good at it.
Like she
doesn't necessarily go in with a plan. Like I think she went into one match with a plan. It is her problem, but she is so good at seeing opportunity that she relies on
she
it.
just feels it. That's she gets that from me for sure. I'm like very naturally like, okay, so they're trying to do this. I can kind of brace myself here. There are a few guys that it doesn't matter. They're too good. But okay, anyway, so now let's move over to
Pause it for 1 second.
All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up with the Trump story. So let's look at, you want to see what gaslighting looks like, you guys? Are you ready for this? This is going to absolutely blow your mind. Ready?
Ready.
Look on the left side of the screen. Trump cognitive decline increasingly difficult to conceal despite setting low bar. Can you
That is the
believe
definition
that?
of gaslighting.
Can you believe that? Look at this. Could not keep a straight thought. Trump turned 78 amid concerns about mental fitness.
Stop it.
Are
MSNBC.
you fucking joking?
That is kind of unbelievable.
It's absolutely egregious.
It is.
Look at this. Look at this one. And then this one. So they're agreeing to the terms for the upcoming debate, which includes being able to shut off muting microphones and stuff,
Okay.
so that they both get to
So
talk.
they have
other
the
one
right
can't
time.
interrupt
Yeah.
each other. This is the headline. Chicken Trump already trying to excuse losing the debate. Oh, yeah. Joe Biden. He's really concerned about Joe Biden's debating skills.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has come up with another bizarre justification for his own behavior. What are you talking? And then let's listen
What
to
is it?
what
Yeah.
he actually said. He said, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I could say this. If he does make it through, which I think he will, they're going to feed him a lot of stuff. And we should get a drug test. I'd love to do a drug test
Like
before.
looking for like Adderall or something? Is
Yeah,
that-
because they're getting him, they're shooting Biden up with something
Yeah.
that keeps him straight for an hour, you know. Trump, who rarely casts an accusation that is not also a projection, previously suggested that Biden was higher than a kite during his State of the Union
He
address.
probably was.
Dude, how on earth would he get through it? The guy is a doddering dementia brain. Like no one.
Doddering. That's a good word.
This guy does better than the Democrats that you're talking about, including Gretchen Whitmer. He does better than them. I don't quite understand that. I'm a little surprised, but he actually polls better than all the people you're talking about, and so they don't want to take him off. It depends. I don't really understand what he's saying. Okay, so there you go. So that stuff, right? The cognitive decline. Look at this. This is oh my God, you scum.
Why?
Okay, so this is Michael Cohen right here. Okay, this dude right here. How Michael Cohen really feels about Trump's conviction. Michael Cohen is Trump's former lawyer, who was the one who suggested that they do everything that subsequently
Got
Donald
him
Trump
arrested
was charged for. He's
Yeah.
the lawyer. He admitted on the stand that when he would do these things and then bill Trump later, like he did in this situation, he would tell Trump it cost 20 grand and then bill him 60. And they're like, so you were stealing from your boss?
Yes.
And he's like, yes. And they're like, all right, cool. And they write,
And then
and then New York Magazine is like, oh, what a hero. What an absolute hero.
Let's see how he feels about the conviction.
And dude, 2 days ago, I saw they asked AOC, they were like, so what are you going to do if Trump gets elected? She's like, I'm afraid he's going to throw me in jail.
I hate
I mean,
her.
I'm honestly afraid he's going to throw me in jail. You know, remember his last campaign, you know, lock her up. And you're like, Steve Bannon in jail. What's his actual Paul Manafort, jail. Donald Trump convicted in how many different courts? First president ever. They have jailed anyone who was even involved in the protest, whatever. And your answer is you're afraid he's going to throw you in jail.
Yeah.
And then they say Trump is projecting every time he talks. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with them, dude?
It's gaslighting.
It's gaslighting.
It's exactly what it is.
To make
the
me crazy.
The definition of it. It's working.
It's just utterly infuriating. So I wanted you guys to hear Logan Paul ask a question that I thought was very interesting, and I have not heard Trump's answer yet, and then we're going to wrap this up. And this is
you got these felony convictions and a lot of them, like more than Al Capone, right? And there was an uprising and people showed you their support with their donations. And a lot of people are saying it points out that actually the unjust nature of America's justice system. So my question is, like, if that is your belief, if that is their belief, why do you have the desire to give your time and energy to a country or a system that's trying to take you down?
So I ran twice. I did much better the second time than the first time. And if I didn't, I wouldn't have done this. But we had it going like this country has never been going before. It was really good. Now it's really bad. The worst border in history. the worst inflation, I think, in history. I think the history of the country, the people are getting decimated by it. All very all something you can fix. You can fix it fast. We were energy independent. We're going to be energy dominant very soon. All these things were happening. And then we had a terrible result in an election. And what happened was disgraceful, and we can't ever let it happen again. But we have a little expression. It's right on that hat: "Make America Great Again." And we can do that, make America great again. And this guy's not going to do it. This guy's destroyed our country. When you allow 15, 16, 17, they have no idea what the gotaways. Million people coming out of jails, coming out of mental institutions, insane asylum. The insane asylums all over the world, the mental institutions, they're at the lowest levels. They've been at it for years. They're going to be totally empty. And you have terrorists coming into our country. We're going to be paying a big price. And we're going to solve the problem, and we're going to solve it relatively quickly. But we have other problems, too, with energy, with inflation. He's been a disaster as a president. He's the worst president we've ever had. The good news is he makes Jimmy Carter look brilliant by comparison. So Jimmy Carter's the only one that's happy with this.
Well, look, I think that's why a lot of people are so obsessed.
Listen, like...
Wow, the epitome of cognitive decline right there.
And when you ask Joe, what's Joe Biden's plan for anything?
He doesn't have a plan.
No, what's your, seriously, what's your plan? What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are your goals? What are you saying are problems that you're going to solve?
I can't believe they're actually going to have him debate.
I doubt they'll actually do it. I think that the fact that they're even pretending indicates they're going to put Trump in jail.
Probably.
And this is the thing. Dana White single-handedly opened the fucking door for what is happening now, which is every single dude that has 2 testicles that produces testosterone is on Team Trump now. And it's insane the environment that they had created where people were afraid to admit it. I cannot tell you how fucking grateful that I am that I have a platform, because no one can say that I was ever scared to say where fucking I was at, dude. But everybody else was terrified because they did it but in fairness, they did such a good job.
Yeah.
Being like, you want to have reach? You want to do whatever here? We'll just destroy your life. If you voice not even super controversial positions that are against the other side. Now, Dana walks him into, the fucking...
It's electric.
The visual of him walking into a stadium that is not a political... It's not a MAGA rally.
No, people are there for the fight.
People are there for a UFC.
Yeah.
And when 99% of them stand up and stomp their feet and go insane, it's a symbol that is you can't erase that.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't fake that. You can pretend like there are all these people over here. This is real life, dude. He walked him in. It's not a political issue, place that they're at, and they go crazy for him. And him doing it over and over and having the exact same result every time.
In different cities.
And to where guys like Mike, who's sitting next to Logan, admitted, he's like, I hated Trump. And he's like, now having been in the room with him, I have changed my mind. And it's because now people don't want to be on the other side. It's if all of these guys who I respect agree, you got to be like, well, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing?
Right.
And then it's well, how about you stop reading about his fucking cognitive decline and listen to him talk for once. Just listen to him fucking talk about something and then compare and be like, who's going to make a better president?
Exactly.
I don't believe that they will let him win. I don't believe it. And that scares the shit out of me because they are not running any of the games that they did last time. Yeah. And it's well,
what are they planning?
What is their ace in the hole?
Yep.
What do they have? Because they are just letting
this out. You're just waiting for the bomb to drop.
Unless they have the entire thing rigged. That's the only thing I can think of is that they've got it set up to where they can't lose. And they're just just keep saying the polls are close. Try not to let anyone see Biden poop his pants. Okay.
That did not happen, by the way. I watched the video. So you're saying he just had dementia? He was confused about, yes, I think he has dementia.
So you don't think he's ever pooped his pants?
Maybe he has. I don't think that was an example of it personally.
You just think he was is there a chair here? I should sit. Oh wait, there's no chair. Wait, is there a chair? Wait, is there not a chair?
Brittany just texted me. She told me her daughter saw her belt and was so excited that it's real Gucci.
Jesus. Listen to Miss Richie Rich flex. Who got that Gucci belt for your person?
I did. It was a gift.
It was a gift, Richie.
Little
Rich.
does she know what's on its way right now for her.
A much bigger one. Anyway, all right, we gotta go. We gotta
We gotta take our kids
to
mini golfing.
Mini golf.
See ya.